My number one editing tip for YouTube, especially when you're just starting out, is to make your video look seamless by simply using jump cuts to zoom in and out of your video. This means you can make your video look like one take when it wasn't. When I made that revelation, let me tell you, it completely freed me in my content creation process. Suddenly I could make content faster and easier with less stress, and today I want to share this same revelation with you right now. Welcome to TrueFam Media, where we help Christian content creators make better videos. My name is Chris, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I use this technique every time I edit a video. Number 1, I can use it to cover up mistakes, and I make a lot of mistakes, so it's really important that I can just cover them up, edit them out, and not have to worry about them. The freedom to make mistakes is very powerful. Number 2, I can take out space. Sometimes I need to pause and reference my notes, and it frees me knowing I don't have to have it all memorized and say it perfectly every single time. Now, you should seek to understand your content as much as possible before recording, but if you get lost or get confused or just have a blank space moment in your mind, it's okay. You can use it to take out space. Empty space you also can take out sometimes as long pauses. You just breathe really heavily if you're just trying to speed up your video, or maybe you have content that you realize this really isn't necessary, it's making my video slower. Sometimes it's okay to edit out content in order to make your video feel faster to keep your audience engaged as long as possible. The third reason I use this technique is emphasis. Sometimes just editing things in such a way for emphasis really can help things pop. So I'm gonna use the opening clip of this video to show you step by step exactly how I incorporate these editing techniques into my video making process. Also, I wanna mention that while I will be using Final Cut Pro in this tutorial, the principles behind this editing technique are the same across platform. The terminology is just a little bit different. Whereas Final Cut Pro uses the blade tool, Adobe Premiere uses the razor tool. Just find out the terminology in your platform and your software and use it. So I have that unedited clip on my timeline right now, and I'm gonna start by zooming in. I have a trackpad, so I use 2 fingers to zoom in. You also can use that by selecting the zoom tool here and zooming in, and pressing Alt plus that, it can zoom back out. So I'm gonna go back to my select tool. And okay, so I'm gonna get started by zooming in on this audio waveform, and I know the beginning of this is just fluff. I messed up right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of that. Actually, I'm gonna just drag this over and pick a starting point. My number 1 editing tip for YouTube, especially when you're just starting out, is to make your video look seamless by simply using jump cuts to zoom in and out of your video. So right there, please notice how I kind of smile at the end. That's really important for later as you're doing jump cuts where you're taking out space. A smile helps to a little bit seamlessly cover up the cut that you're going to make. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit my blade tool. Now you can use your mouse and select the blade tool, and you can make your cut. And then you can go back and get the select tool to keep going. Now, this is not a video about keyboard shortcuts, so I'm gonna keep this limited. I'm not gonna talk about all the keyboard shortcuts I use, but you can see right here in Final Cut Pro that it shows you these right away. Blade is B, select is A. I will be using those throughout the rest of this video because it saves so much time. Use keyboard shortcuts. Learn them regardless of your editing program. Learn keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so in this opening section, there was a couple specific spots I wanted to zoom in for emphasis. So let's find them. Seamless by simply using jump cuts to zoom in. Okay, so right there, I want to make one here. I'm going to zoom in a little closer. To zoom in, I want to cut it right where it says zoom in. So I'm going to make a cut. I press B to get to blade. In, and I want to hold it zoomed in right until here, so that as close as possible to that audio. When I go over here, I'm gonna make sure I'm on. I'm gonna make sure I'm here on the video panel, and right here is the transform section where I can scale. I'm gonna select scale all, and I'm gonna take it to about 115%. We don't want to go too much with it. Sometimes I'll do more, but for this, we'll start with 115 to see what it looks like. Now I'm going to go here to the transform and I'm gonna simply move it around to kind of center my video a little bit. And let's see what that looks like. Jump cuts to zoom in and out of your video. So that's one where I did for emphasis, but now you can see right here is all of this dead space, and I'm just zooming out a little to look at the whole dead space. I'm literally looking at my notes because even though it's a short little clip, I completely forgot what the next part was of my script. So I know I want to cut out this here. So I'm going to use my blade tool to make a cut there, and then select, and I'm going to select this long empty space, and I'm going to hit delete. And look at that, it's gone. So I'm going to use it again. I'm going to zoom in to kind of cover up this cut, and let's see if it works. Hopefully it's pretty hard to tell. So I'm going to start just going back to that 115 zoom. I'm going to transform just to move it here of your video. This means you can make your video. So that actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the result there. Because the main thing here is you always want to make sure your audio is smooth. As long as there isn't some weird change of audio in the background, most of the time you can get away with this. Sometimes, and I don't really have to do it in this case, but sometimes I will detach my audio and drag it over a little bit to cover up mistakes. Zoom in really, really close, and I could actually drag it over a little bit so that just a little bit of my audio actually comes in before you see the cut. And my suspicion is it's gonna make it seem a little bit more seamless of your video. This means you can make your I think that it does. I want to do emphasis here, just actually as I'm looking away. So because I'm already zoomed in, let's first try it zoomed out. So I'm going to scale it to 100. Now because I've got transform over here, I could use it and try to like match it up perfectly again, but that's a lot of work. I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to type in for the XY axis 0 and 0, and it's perfectly lined up again. All right. So your video look like one take when it wasn't. I might try to zoom in a little more just for fun. Like one take when it wasn't. And then maybe I'll take this one and zoom it out. When it wasn't. I think, okay, I'm trying to match it on my words when I should be matching it on is my motion. Maybe I want to do it right here in this motion moment. Okay. Sometimes, though, that's editing sometimes, right? You have to experiment until you find something that you are really, really happy with. And you don't always know what that is the first time. If you do, you're going to edit a lot faster. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, well you can see here where I, first of all, I like that that cut is there, but this, you can see another opportunity here where I have a lot of blank space. So there's 3 different moments when I tried that before the final take. So if you look here, you can see blank space there where I paused, blank space there when I paused. There's a good chance this longer frame, that's where the actual thing is. So I'm gonna use my blade tool, and I'm gonna cut both. This is really, really important. I'm going to cut the audio and I'm going to cut the video so that they stay synced up. And now I'm going to use my select tool to get rid of this. Now, that probably has my cut pretty close right away. It wasn't. I do still want to bring that over. Let me tell you what I am not. I'm cutting my own head off there, so that really was a problem when I filmed. It makes it a little bit less seamless. So I'm gonna find a different place to cut. So, well, okay. I'm gonna keep this here. Let me tell you, it completely freed me in my content creation process. Suddenly I could make content faster. Freed me. Suddenly I could make content faster. Let me tell you, it completely freed me in my content creation process. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it after process. It's a little bit close audio-wise. But that's okay. We're gonna cut it, and there we go. We'll get rid of that. Now then, let's bring this in. It's revelation. It freed me. Suddenly I could make me. Okay. Revelation, let me tell you, it completely freed me in my content creation process. Suddenly I could make content. Alright, so this is where I'm going to get rid of the zoom by putting the X and Y axis at 0 and then 100 on scale. And now I'm going to just bring the audio over a little bit, and that should make that pretty seamless. Process. Yeah. Suddenly I could make content creation process. That literally looks like one take, and it's not. There's a whole litany of mistakes that I just erased. Yeah, it does make me feel really good when I get something that just seems that seamless. Yeah. And that's it. There's a little bit here at the end because, yeah, we definitely cutting that out because no one needs to see that. Although you should dance every time you finish a take because you did something good and it feels right. So there it is. That's how you use jump cuts and zooming in and out of your video to make a seamless video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and we'll see you in the next video. I forgot to dance. Oh, I shouldn't dance. Got it.